Hello and welcome to the Even Me podcast. This is your host, More Speaks.
And your girl Kim.
All right,
Okay.
and today,
Continue.
today's topic is you are your greatest project. Restart, reset, refocus. So bring us in,
Hmm.
Kim.
We always have time for everything else, work, kids, projects on the side, school, or whatever. We never have time for us. And we are our greatest project. When we work on changing our mindset, changing our thought process, changing our eating habits, changing just the surroundings that we are in, we become a better person than what we were. So if we don't invest in ourselves, then nobody else will. So I was thinking about that throughout the week. So many changes that I've made in the last year because I didn't intend to make myself a project. It just so happened at that time. But if I continuously to reset, restart, and refocus and make myself the project, how much better can I be in the year to come? So we need to do that. We need to focus on our project. And Anthony, at work, what we deal with project after project after project, need deadline after deadline, and that's the same thing we need to have for ourselves. And as hard as we work to make our company, revenue, that's the hardest we need to put back in ourselves. Being that if it means that we have to change the way we eat, to help, we're getting older. We can't eat Burger King and McDonald's anymore like we used to and expect to go to the doctor and get a clean bill of health. That doesn't change. I mean, I was just talking to my 15-year-old. She's on this diet kick right now, count her calories and cutting, what she eats. That's fine, but you also have to make sure you get the right vitamins and nutrition. I can try to do the same thing as a 15-year-old do. It's not going to help me because I need more vitamins and nutrition that she would need. So I think that we focus on ourselves and not what the next person doing. That's setting ourselves up for success. But you're just trying to better yourself.
Yeah. So, I mean, this topic's really good because, like you said, your life is a project. You know, everything at work is a
Hmm.
project.
Hmm.
And everything you do is, you have to, basically do these three steps. And I think the first two steps, restart and reset, restart is more like, you're going to start all over, you know, like let's say, okay, a diet, right? You're going to start all over. You're going to pick a day. You're going to just start working on what you're eating, what you're doing. And then resetting is basically just getting your mindset back to going back to not doing the bad habits. And in a relationship, the way this goes is like when you reset, you try to get your mind, you trick your mind to getting out of certain situations or putting yourself back in certain situations or trying to go back to people that have hurt you or people that have done you wrong. Because what happens, we've talked about this before, no matter how many times, if a person has hurt you a few times, they're going to continue, and they're just going to either do it the sly way or they're just going to do it to your face. And then restart is like, you know, re basically start over. Start, looking for other things.
Hmm.
We talked about this. Start looking for other qualities in a man, other qualities in your significant other that you're trying to, restart a relationship. See if what you set as goals is gonna move you forward together. Because you don't want to, you have a goal, he has a goal, or
Hmm.
vice versa, and you going to the left, he's going to the right. You're never going to meet in the middle and basically say, these are our combined goals and this is how we're going to move forward. And then I think with the refocus, the reason I separated that is because when you refocus, you got to look back at your life. You got to look back at your choices. You got to look back at, your current family situation, and
Mhm.
basically see how you're going to handle a relationship, how you're going to handle this diet, how you're going to handle these people that hate on you, that do you wrong, that only look to, bring you down. So I think, they all, I think together they make one big combination, and help you move forward. But I think individually you have to take each one as a different step.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, my thing of it is refocusing is a big part of me, because a lot of people say, well, you know what, I couldn't have been through what you've been through. I couldn't have dealt with what you dealt with, any of that. And I'm like, I understand. I mean, I done restarted, reset. I've never just refocused, right? Because I'm still in going through my stuff. Now it's time for me to refocus because uh, some things are not where it should be. I don't still need to be holding on to what happened 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, right? And I find myself doing that sometimes. If I'm sitting and I'm not the type of person not gonna tell you, oh, Anthony, you hurt my feelings with what you said because that happened to me 3 years ago. I'll mention it, but I'm not going to keep mentioning it to you because what people start to think, oh, there she goes griping, oh, there she goes nagging and whining. I'm not going to do that. So me taking that refocus part, I had to think on that. Refocus is mean that okay, I put my all into a project, and that project does not seem to be going anywhere. So it's time to like prime example, us sitting at work, we sit here waiting on a developer, right? Or a salesperson, and they never come back. What we have to do? What, cancel that project, right? Because
Yep.
we can't just sit it there forever. So I feel like when it's saying refocus, I don't want to cause a big disruption, worrying about it, going off about it. Okay, Kim, let's refocus. This is not working out. This is not happening. This is not, you're not showing, not receiving on the reciprocal end of respect. You giving respect, but are you receiving respect? So you got to refocus and say, I can't do what I used to do. Arguing doesn't get anywhere. Talking about it doesn't get anywhere. Now let's change my mindset and refocus. Okay, let me move myself. Let me distance myself from that because it continuously happening. And I just that's the way it is for me. I'm not gonna go out here and do anything crazy or act anyway. I just have to just separate and try to refocus. And sometimes that's hard, right? No matter what you have started, it's hard to deviate from that particular path or deviate, and then you feel like the bad person. Oh my God, I just left this project and these people are looking for this service, but we can't give it to them. We can't do anything about it, because it's not lining up the way it will be, and it's gonna cost. The one thing I was reading, the worst thing, okay, you can forget what somebody's done to you, but you can never get the time you wasted allowing them to continue to doing you like that. You can forgive what they done to you, but you can't get the time back you were wasted giving them chance to recover from what they did. It was something to that nature. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Because I'm the type of person, I would sit back, I'll smile, even though it hurts or whatever, and be like, I'm gonna get it, get it a chance. I'm gonna get a car a chance before I take it to the dealership and say, no, I don't want it. I'm gonna get a car a chance. That's how I got stuck with the lemon I was stuck with.
Hmm.
Or I'm I'm gonna give everything as a chance. And sometimes you can't wait on stuff. You can't lag on stuff. You can't let the warranty run out. You get a 90-day warranty. You get a what? 30-day, 90-day warranty with a lemon.
Something like that.
You cannot, you can't allow, and I find myself doing that quite a bit with some things. Okay, I think this can work. Just like at the house, I got a year to call them back out to get everything that I see, little nitpicking stuff that they should fix. And now I'm to the point I'm okay, I'm calling y'all right back. I'm putting in a warranty request immediately. That's how you have to do in life. Put in a warranty request. You said that you're gonna offer me this, this, and that, even at a job, and I'm not receiving that. I need to put my warranty request in. And I had a talk with a higher leader. Was like, we need to invest. Like, I can't just say y'all as the leaders, but the company here. We need to invest in our people because everybody has something they're going through. And we can put in a warranty request and say, hey, I'm not feeling this. I'm not getting this. And I'm feeling some kind of way. How can we rectify it? Some things may not be rectified. But some people ask for outrageous things and ask for the world like they deserve that. But if it's something that that is not right and this person is feeling some type of way about it, that warranty request is needs to be, validated. So that's what I'm starting to learn, that you're never going to get what you put out. And if you don't get at least 40% of what you put out, it's time to just distance yourself. And it may hurt. It may, feel bad. But sometimes you got to think about you. You got to fill you up. And I think how many times I said it, I got to fill me up. I got to fill me up. But Anthony, I don't just fill me up. I want to fill everybody else too. And I think it's the hardest thing for me, like I said, and I want to go back to it, is refocusing. Refocusing. I just get stuck at, I watch Good Times over and over again. I know the episodes by heart, but I'm stuck on watching every episode with James. Refocus him. We know what happened. We know the outcome. Move on so you can go forward, because it's not going to change. That episode is not going to change no matter how many times you watch it. You may watch it again and say, oh, JJ had a pimple. I didn't even see him have a pimple in that episode. Or no. Esther put makeup on, John, what's his name? Put it on his shirt, right? But, you didn't see that at first because you keep rewatching it, but it is not made for you to see it. If you didn't see it the first time and you missed it, you went back the second time and thought about it and seen it. Now it's time to refocus and move on. That's my thing. I watch a lot of reruns and I need to stop because my life has seemed like it's a rerun because I replay stuff in my head.
Yeah, remember I talked about that circle?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think not only you have to refocus, but you also have to analyze it and make sure you're not doing that circle. Because if you're trying to help someone or you're trying to basically eliminate someone from your life, but they throw a bone at you and they're like, hey, I want to talk to you real quick. Do you want to talk or something like that? Meet me for coffee or something. It's people do little things to get back into your life. It could be a text, it could be, anything. Just like you're saying, like the reruns, right? Mm-hmm. You know what's gonna happen. Your mind knows that this person is not good for you. But you trick your own mind to say, hey, maybe they change. Just like watching a rerun. You think maybe I'm gonna see something new in this episode that I've never seen before. Yeah, you're gonna catch something that was there before. You just didn't pay no attention. But at that time, you were too busy looking at something else. Like you were looking at JJ's sleeve, but it was actually on his shirt collar or something, So it's like you're gonna catch something no matter what, but I think you just got to refocus and move forward and kind of put like blinders on your eyes, like stop looking back or stop talking to people that are like a rerun. They're gonna do the same thing over and over. They're gonna reel you in like fish. They're gonna reel you in and then talk to you nice until they got you, and then to the point where they're either gonna do you wrong again and then throw you back like fish, or something like that. I think sometimes we set ourselves up because we still are wanting something from a previous relationship or that
Mm-hmm.
relationship. Like you're like, oh man, he used to do this or she used to do that. And we've talked about this before. I think sometimes we trick our own mind into going back to a certain person, or you feel alone. And I get it. When people start to feel alone, your mind plays tricks on you. Maybe I should just give them a call, or maybe I should do this, or maybe I should give them a chance. They happen to text you like a week ago, and you go back and you fall back into that trap. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because maybe the person changed. Maybe I'm gonna be devil's advocate this episode. Maybe they changed. Maybe they've done something in their life that's life changing. Mesmerizing, that gonna sweep you off your feet or do something that they never did before. But how long is that gonna last? Is it gonna be 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Maybe a couple of months, and then they may revert back to their old ways, or they stop talking to someone, and then all of a sudden, they start chatting with that person again, and then it's they start to treat you like shit again. I'm just saying, sometimes we are our own worst enemy when it comes to relationships or anything, because we start second guessing ourselves. Well, maybe I did this, maybe I did that, maybe I could have done this. Maybe if I give it one more opportunity, we can meet in the middle. And I think sometimes when it comes to a certain point, like if you've been separated for a year or two, I think it's just time to move on. Just move forward. Look for that new person, or just live your life either single, or doing what you want when you want, and not having to answer to anyone. And you have kids, you can just go do things with your kids or something. I mean, I'm not saying that's like what you have to do, but I think in certain relationships, going back to something that's old is gonna hurt your refocus, because you're not refocusing. You're basically going back to what you had, or you're not restarting. You're restarting an old relationship and not restarting your life. It's two different streams. You have to go down the restart stream. I'm going to restart my life, and I'm going to restart with someone new. I'm going to reset and go with someone new. Totally different than restarting and going back to the same person. You're going back basically at that point.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are so scared of that refocus and the restart part of it, because you don't allow people to project the way they see themselves, and they don't know they see themselves like that off on you. So you feel like, if this person said this about me, is that how I am? What would make you say that? I'm not that type of person. My dad said I was always that kid. I was like, why? What is that for? My granddaughter's like this. She's 8 years old. She
Mm.
gonna ask you the why, the when, the where, and the what behind it. Oh my God. And I'll be like, and my dad was like, you did that, Kim. I had to come up with an answer for everything you asked. And I think a lot of people, I'm gonna say for me, I'll sit back and be like, what? Give me clarification of why you said this, or why you doing this. A lot of people get scared. They get back into their clammy stage, or they shell, and they scared to move forward, because if this person had been knowing me so long, right, or know me, or they my friend or my associate, if they do me like this and see and say stuff, what's the new person gonna do? Now, do we ever figure out that maybe this person has got some issues within themselves, and they see you as a target because you that empathetic person? And that's the book I'm reading, Empathetic People Dealing with Narcissists. they see you as an empathetic person, so they know they can release out whatever they can, but they refuse to do it to somebody else. And it's like, what makes them better than me? Because I got feelings? Did that make them better than me? So I just, I think, just saying that some people kind of nervous about moving forward because if this has been what has been said to me, why would the people say it and they know me or deal with me? They don't know me 100, but they deal with me. What the new person gonna do? What the new job gonna be like? What the new move into a new, neighborhood? What is it gonna be like? Because am I really the bad person? Am I the one? Am I the problem? And that, the book that I'm reading, it lets you know that narcissists feed. They're like vampires. They smell at blood and they feed off of it, and they pull. Because I was for the longest time I was like, no, people can't be narcissists until you start reading certain traits that come in easy and smooth. That's crazy. I'm like, what? A narcissist, you expect that person to be a mean, angry person. They just going off. They don't have a soft spot. They don't have a care. They don't. You thinking that you're dealing with a incredible Hulk type person, but no, 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 no. You're dealing with a very clever person. Put it like they're very clever. They make you think, oh, I'm going through something, so this is why I'm acting the way I'm acting. And I'm like, yeah. But then when somebody acts some way with them, it's wrong. Well, you don't think I'm going through anything? You don't think I'm having an issue? And, that's why I was saying a lot of jobs need to have mental time, like for a counselor to come talk to their people, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know the support system they have outside of work. If they don't have a support system at all and they keep standing on their own, like, and Anthony, it's times I do when we come and talk, I'll tell you stuff, but I'm my own support system. So when I get knocked down by anything, there's nobody to say it's gonna be okay unless I call them. Nobody gonna call me and say you'll text me and check on me, and I understand it. But you have your own family over there. But I don't have anybody that is truly my friend unless they see me and see my facial expression and know something wrong. Not out of the blue that they're gonna just call me and say, hey, I was just thinking, wondering you okay today. They're not gonna do that. They have to see that I'm not
a better friend.
You are. You ain't gonna get Janelle to chop my neck off. You gotta understand when you have somebody have a wife or a significant other. It's a certain level. You do check. You'll text me and check on me. Hey, what's up? What's today? This is what I did. You'll check on me or you'll call me.
Yeah.
But I don't expect like the everyday call. You know what I'm saying? And then like I know I can talk to you about any little thing. I know I can get on that phone and I can call you. Some stuff I withhold because I don't understand why is it happening? Why is it continuously happening? What's going on? So I hold it in. But I'm literally my own support system. And not to say that's a bad thing to anybody, but I'm the type of person, if I know you hurt, I ain't got to see you, just call you after that. It can be on a Saturday, hey, how you doing? Are you good? That's just it. And I think my manager kind of had that telepathy. He can feel something is not right without seeing me. So, yeah, this is.
So let me read. I pulled up 3 simple steps to reset, restart, refocus.
Okay.
So reset. Take a moment and look at where you are currently. Make a note of this. Don't place any judgment on yourself. You are not where you hoped. You simply are acknowledging where you are. Restart. Take a deep breath, accept where you are. Remember the old has gone and the new has come. Do not get stuck on everything you believe is wrong. Decide to move forward. Determine where you are and where you want to go next. Write down where you like to see yourself. who you'd want to be, what character traits do you want to demonstrate? Are there boundaries you believe that need to be set to guard the person you are trying to be? How do you wish to
Mhm.
share this person with the world? And then refocus. Understand the journey ahead is not going to be short or quick.
Mhm.
Take time to refocus and check in within yourself often. Use these steps above to to yourself. You'll find it becomes second nature. You will immediately know how to get yourself back on track when you sense things are off. Keep moving forward no matter how many times you stray from the path. We said many times. And
Mhm.
remember, being selfish means that the desire to take from others, often to their detriment. However, self care is about replenishing your resources without depleting someone else's. Self care is a means of restoring your own energy, which promotes health physically and emotional. I'm sorry, promotes healthy physical and emotional well being. So, I mean,
Mhm.
that's pretty much what we said. You got to be selfish with yourself. You got to, basically look at yourself and see where you want to move forward. Remember, we talked about the goals. What are your goals in a man? What is your goals in a relationship? What is your goals in your relationship and your family? And then start striving to those goals. Even if you stray from the path, just keep moving forward. And
Mhm.
I think, I mean, we're doing it. It's just, you know, you're gonna, stray left or right because someone's gonna come into your life and say, "Hey, look at me, come this way."
Mhm. Mhm.
That's the devil trying to take you off that path. You just gotta, like I said, put blinders on and keep moving forward.
And it was something I didn't catch it this morning. It was a little post and it went away. He said sometimes God allows people to do stuff to you to get your focus back on Him. And I couldn't even open it. It was something that came across Instagram. You know how you get an alert,
Hmm.
and I didn't get a chance to
I
open
don't get
it.
alerts from Instagram.
But no, it was like all of a sudden I don't know if I must have read something on that, but when I was alert enough to go back to see the message, it was gone. But it was crazy though. It was just like sometimes God does stuff to allow us to hurt because He wants us for our focus to be on Him. And then He'll allow you to see things. And this is the crazy part, right? Because I be thinking I'm tripping. And sometimes my new thing is now before you done heard me go off. I don't do that anymore. I'm not gonna go off. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna revisit it in my mind, think about it, and before I say something. And I'm not gonna even say something then. I'm gonna just collect it. Sometimes I collect like the bone collector. Let me collect this. I don't like how that was, and put it in my little treasure box and revisit it later
Mhm.
to figure out, am I tripping or was this situation really a bad situation for me and I should have spoke up on it. And I know it may take me not a day, a week, or a month to come back, and I do, and people hate that. I'll hold off, but I'll say, okay, maybe that person didn't mean to say it like that. You know what I'm saying? My mom used to get drunk, and she would say stuff. So I be giving the benefit of the doubt. In reality, it be tearing me up inside. So, and they was like, sometimes you going through a situation is because God wants to get something out of you, and He wants to remove certain things from you so He can fully get His purpose through you. And I'm like, well, geez, come on, God, just come down and talk to me. You ain't got to do this. I don't want to go. I'm on that, what they said, 2024. I don't want to be on the trials and tribulation list. Please don't let me be on that list this year. But every time He gets me to Himself, He reveals something, or He opened a door, or He opened a blessing every single time. So I think that He said, in order for me to do anything for you, Kim, I have to keep chastising you. I have to keep that whooping, like that little kid that's always getting the whooping for the same thing
Mm.
until they learn. And that's me in certain instances. I'm gonna keep whooping you until you learn that this is the way I want you to go. This is the right way to put your shoes on the left foot, the right on the right foot. And I guess that's my thing. So he get his purpose out of me. He gonna have to keep chastising me. Well, he don't have to no more. I mean, I don't like it. So let me just sit down and move when he say move.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go through, and like you said, everybody don't want to go through trials and tribulations.
Hmm.
You want to learn from your mistakes and move forward, or like you said, God is going to put someone, to basically wake you up, get you back on your path,
Hmm.
show you what you're doing wrong. Hey, look, I'm gonna throw this bone. You're either gonna go for it, but there's a trap there, and you're either gonna
Hmm.
go for it because you don't know the trap is there. But if you do know the trap, you may try and go there, kind of cautiously, but most likely you're still gonna go, you know,
Hmm.
second time. But then the third, you're gonna learn and you're gonna be like, you know what? Let me just reset, readjust, and just go around. Just forget it and look for something else. That's a trap. That's something that's gonna put me in a bind again, or put me in a bad situation that I don't want to be in. And you don't want, like if it's the dog, the owner's gonna smack the crap out of him or something. I mean,
Hmm.
eventually they understand. It's like potty training a dog. You know,
Yeah.
they gotta go to the pad every time or run outside or something like that. So yeah, good conversation, Kim. Nice topic.
Mm. Is it? Well, I,
Any ending comments?
I know. My thing of it is it's time to let go and refocus. And I know I'm saying it because I need to do it, and I feel better knowing that certain past tenants and past people can't come keep getting me off my balance. Even being family members, I love them from the distance. Being exes, or friends, and it's bad now that I don't have to say anything, and it's hard for me not to say anything, not to talk on it, not to speak on it, and it feels bad. And so it's cutting me in two because I have a heart that don't ever want to see anybody done the way that I've been done. But I just have to be quiet and let God handle it. Because you can say, I'm not going to hurt that child. I'm not going to hurt a child because that's God's child. You can say that all day and do the total opposite. Because you said it doesn't mean that you're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sit back and let my father handle everything for me because he can handle it 10 times better than I can. Now, the hardest part for me is what he want me to do is shut my mouth. And that's all he need me to do, shut up. Because he gonna sit here, he gonna come to me, he gonna bring people that really want to see me succeed, and that's the thing I need to be focusing on. Making sure generational wealth for my grandbabies that